Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. Today I will be talking about the Enneagram, specifically the Heart Triad. So what is the Heart Triad? Remember, we're dealing with triads here, so groups of three. In the Enneagram, you have 9 types in all. So the Heart Triad is the type 2, the type 3, and the type 4. Interestingly, each triad has the same central need that they need to have met in life, right? And they have a similar style of coping in order to get that need met. So we have the Heart Triad. The Heart Triad deals with, more than anything, feelings, right? But not just feelings, feelings about the self. So self-image. So the key dilemma here in the life of the type 2, 3, and 4 is, who am I? Who am I? Because in life, we lose touch with feeling like we are worth something. So in some sense, the Heart Triad is all about trying to find connection again with an authentic self. So what do they do as a way to cope with the reality of being disconnected, as the Enneagram refers to, from the essence of everything? Because at one point, we were truly loved, truly connected with everything. You can think about God being love, and that in essence, when we're truly connected, we are living in love. We are living in love. And I think when you look at the Heart Triad, at their best, when they're most healthy, they know that. They know that and they assert that. But when they're not doing so well, they do this. They erect a false image of who they think they are. Now, this image is different for each type. So, for example, the type 2 will view themselves as being someone who is kind, worth your attention, someone who is good and likable. So what they will do is they'll direct all of their psychic energy outwards towards others, and they won't face themselves. So they'll focus all of their energy outwards towards others in hopes of somehow building approval, right? But underneath, there are feelings of shame, of not being worth anything at all. Similarly, the type 4 will direct all of their energy not outward, but inward. Now, I know there are some type 4s out there, so tell me what you think about this. Type 4s, they direct their energy inward to the point where they become very, very self-consumed. They are the individualistic type, remember. Now, this only becomes a problem insofar as they begin to identify only with that image. Remember, we're dealing with an image problem. They're only identifying with this image, which comes from feelings, these mood states that they create. They're creating these feelings and these moods, and they are doing this for one reason only, because they want to feel like they are somehow different than everyone else, somehow special, right? And at their worst, they really do this to somehow be rescued, right? So they can hyper-identify with being a victim of life and all the terrible things that have happened in their life, and woe is me, right? So that would be the 4. So they're focusing inward on an image of themselves, right? 2s, focusing outward to confirm an image of themselves. Now, the type 3 is a little different. They have an image of themselves. They are at the top of the triad there. So they have a very, very strong image of themselves. But they also direct their energy outward too, as well as inward. So they're going back and forth between not only garnering the attention of others through being successful, accomplished, whatever the 3 thinks is, makes life worth living, they also direct inwards. So they have an inner monologue going on about who they are. So you can see really extreme forms of narcissism in the 3. Now, the Heart Triad, at their worst, are the narcissistic personalities. Why? Makes sense, because they have an image of themselves. But what if other people do not confirm that image? Is that delusion? Is that psychopathology? Yes, it is. So if they're not confirming that, then, well then, who needs them? Who needs them? They're wrong. They're wrong. So if we're not having that image being confirmed, then we can become hostile towards others. So the struggle of the heart triad is one of identity, and really what seems to be, to me at least, a struggle for authenticity. A struggle for authenticity. You know, this inability to truly feel loved for being yourself, for just feeling the way you do feel. So underneath this image, whoever you may be on the heart triad, there is feelings of worthlessness, feelings of shame, right? And if you do not deal with those underlying feelings of shame and take the high road, then you will hide in an image. And this is not authenticity. So I encourage all of you to explore the Enneagram. If you are on the heart triad, let me know what you think about everything I've had to say. What is it like to really embody the heart? And what's it like to be really disconnected from the heart? You know, it's interesting to me because I'm on the instinctual triad, right? So I don't depend on an image at all. Actually, I'm considered to be the most egoless of all types as a type 9, and we'll get into that. But as someone who doesn't rely on an image, I have my different vices, okay? I don't rely on an image. As someone who is so very different than everyone in the heart triad, I want to know what you think. What is it like? What is it like to be someone who really, really, really cares about garnering the attention of others? That is your central need in life. How can I get other people to, if you're a 2, like me, if you're a 4, for people to perceive me as different, special, if you're a 3, for people to perceive me as accomplished. And I want to challenge you also to dig in deep and do some exploring. If you are compensating for underlying feelings of shame, talk to someone, ask for help, share your heart. The heart is all about intimacy. Cultivate intimacy, cultivate vulnerability with yourself and others, and you know, do your best to understand that you do have value outside of what other people think of you. Tell me what you think.